Welcome to Academic Word List 9, and let's get started. Accommodate, accommodate, accommodate. Analogy, analogy, analogy. Anticipate, anticipate, anticipate. Assure, assure. As with anything that ends with S-U-R-E, including the word sure, it can be pronounced sure or sure, and they're interchangeable. There's really no difference between them. Pick one that you're the most comfortable with and use that, but know that you're going to hear both. Assure. Attain, 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 attain. Behalf, behalf, behalf. The L disappears completely. Behalf. Bulk, bulk. The L is in this word, but it's just sort of a not an O, but an bulk. Cease, cease. So you got an S and a C, and they're both pronounced as S. Coherent, coherent. You may also hear coherent. There is no difference in usage, pronunciation, spelling. It's just different people pronounce that particular syllable differently. I would recommend just picking one and sticking to that. You can't go wrong there. Coherent. Coincide. Coincide, coincide. Commence, commence. Compatible, compatible. That T in the middle is just a flap T, so it's compatible. Concurrent, concurrent, concurrent. Confine. This word can be used as a noun or a verb, and it follows stress pattern 1. So the stress changes depending on whether it's being used as a noun or a verb. So as a noun, it's confine. As a verb, it's confine. I have mostly heard this word used as a verb, but that does not mean that you won't run across it or need to use it as a noun. So just keep in mind the stress pattern changes depending on how you are using the word. It's either confine, a confine, or to confine. Controversy, controversy, controversy. So this is another word that can be used as a noun or a verb. It follows pronunciation pattern 1, which means that the stress shifts depending on whether it's being used as a noun or a verb. So if it's being used as a noun, it's the converse. If it's being used as a verb, you converse. Converse, converse. Device, device. That first syllable is very short, device, because all the stretch goes into the second syllable. Devote, again, first syllable is very short, all of the stress goes into the second syllable. Devote. Diminish. Again, diminish. Diminish. Short first syllable, second syllable has all the stress. Distort. Distort. Or distort. Duration. Duration. You may also hear duration. Both are acceptable. They're completely interchangeable. It's just different people will pronounce things different ways. Sometimes they will pronounce the same word differently in a different context or in the same 5 minutes. Erode. 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 Ethic. 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 Format. 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 Found. Ow. Found. Inherent. 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 Insight. 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 Integral. Integral or integral. There's no change in meanings. These are completely interchangeable. Choose the one for speaking that you would prefer, except that you're going to hear both. Okay, so note that we have a T in the middle of a word. What do you think's going to happen to it? Intermediate. 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 The T just disappears unless I am stressing it and trying to point out that I'm talking about the intermediate level instead of the advanced level. If I'm putting stress on it, yes, I'm going to pronounce that T. If I'm speaking normally, I'm going to say intermediate. Manual. 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 Mature. Mature. The TU becomes a ch. Mediate. 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 Medium. Medium. Military. 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 Minimal. Minimal. Mutual. TU again, so ch. Mutual. Mutual. Norm. Norm. This is another word that can be used as a noun or a verb, and it follows pattern 1, so the stress can shift depending on how it is being used. As a noun, it is overlap. As a verb, it is overlap. So noun, overlap. Overlap. As a verb, overlap. 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 Passive. 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 Portion. Portion. This can be used as a noun or verb. It follows pattern 3, sort of, which is there is no change. The spelling remains the same, the pronunciation remains the same, the stress pattern remains the same. This one should be pretty easy. Preliminary. Preliminary. There are 5 syllables, so make sure you are pronouncing them all. Preliminary. You may also hear this word pronounced as preliminary. It's interchangeable. There is no difference. It's just some people say some people say pre. Protocol. 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 Qualitative. 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 Refine. 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 Relax. 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 Restrain. 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 Revolution. 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 Rigid. 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 Route. Route. I can tell you from personal experience, this is a word that I collect pronunciations of because I have, in my current collection, I have 4 slightly different pronunciations of this word. Scenario. 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 You may also hear scenario, slightly different, no change in meaning, no change in usage, just some people say it slightly differently. Sphere. Sphere. If you are struggling with consonant clusters, might be kind of a difficult transition for you, so practice this word. This is another word that can be used as a noun or a verb, and this follows pronunciation pattern 2. So the stress does not shift, but the ending is pronounced slightly differently despite the fact that it is spelled the same. So as a noun, it's a subordinate. You have a subordinate. Subordinate. As a verb, it's subordinate. 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 Now this one also can be used as a noun or verb. It follows the variation of pattern 2 where there's no stress shift, but the pronunciation of the ending shifts, but it's not the usual shift. As a noun, it's a supplement. Supplement. As a verb, it's supplement. 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 Supplement or supplement. Suspend. 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 Team. Team. Stressed vowel. E. Temporary. 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 Trigger. 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 Unify. 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 Violate. 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 You may also hear violate, violate, or violate. It's very close. There is no change in meaning. There is no change in usage. It's just different people saying things slightly differently. Vision. 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 Okay, we are at the end of list 9 now. If you need more support, I have videos on the other academic word lists and some videos on topics related to the words lists. I have books for each of the word lists that will go into more in depth. The videos are just so you can practice pronunciation. The books will go into a lot more background information and give you some practice. I have an activity book for further practice. I am working on other books for other word lists that I think will be important if you are planning on coming to the United States to study in an academic field. And you can also contact me because sometimes what you think you're saying and what you're actually saying, they're not the same. And honestly, it's not you. I have had the same problem. So if you want to contact me, I am available for tutoring and I am happy to help. All right, so good luck and study hard. I know you're going to do great.